about that time. What's happening in your city? You got love for your city? And which camera am I? Oh. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of CTViews.
Yeah!
Coming at you right here from your local access, Altice Channel 5 for all those living in Torrington and Litchfield County. My name is Jacque Williams. I'm your host of the show. And my normal co-host, Corrice Villarule, will not be with us this evening. I know, very disappointed, but she sends her best regards and wants to let everybody know she'll be back in the house next week. However, in the meantime, we have some delightful guests for the show here this evening. As for one, my animated friend here on my right, Mr. Rich Sear.
Hi, everybody!
Now, Rich, this is his style. He's just one of those types of characters that just livens up the room. So we're lit tonight.
We are lit
with the presence of Rich Sear. Also, later on in the show, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking with Cindy Lavin. She's a talented playwright, and she's going to be talking to us about her upcoming production at 5 Points Arts Center, A Good Night's Kiss. And she's going to be giving us all the deets on that, so we can't wait to see her as well. In the meantime, now I have been asked to help promote a cause that's going on here in Torrington, an event that's taking place from the Susan B. Anthony Project.
Lovely.
Okay.
Is that from the Jacque Williams closet?
It actually, my adoring co-host with her eye for fashion felt like these would just represent the cause.
Talk about livening things up.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm getting ready to get dangerous.
No.
But before we go any further, I want to take this time to show some love and support for our sponsors for supporting us and helping us bring you quality community broadcasting each and every week right here from your local Altice Access Channel 5. Want to give a big, huge shout out to Mel Brickman and Health Markets, 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. You better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-INS. The Northwest Connecticut Regional Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120. The chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 30 years. They can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate you. And we'll continue to do our very, very best. In the meantime. Rich he's acknowledging our good friend Nicole, who will be on the show here momentarily. In the meantime, we want to introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to our very, very special guest host tonight. Well, Rich Sear in the house.
All right, yes. Let the crowd go.
Where's
all we got? Come on.
Where's the applause machine, man?
Exactly. Come on.
Come on,
You
guys.
can do better than that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
My guy brings energy. He brings
Come
the
on.
real.
I want the applause. That's what I came here for. I was promised applause.
Rich, it's so good to have you on the show tonight, man.
So good to be back. I think this is my third or fourth time on here. I always have a great time. So whenever I have something new going on, which you mentioned in the intro, there's always something new going on. You have me on, and I love it.
Well,
so thank you.
Rich, our friendship goes quite a ways back, and we both, swim in the same lane. We both love the arts and do what we can to advocate for our community in the supporting and building of the arts here. But I just think you're such a unique guy, and everybody that knows you kind of really appreciates your effort and what you do. And I guess it just goes to the old adage, it's not what you do, it's how you do it.
Well, thank you.
And so talk to us a little bit about tonight about yourself, about your latest work, and what makes Rich tick.
Okay. Well, let's see. I mean, over the years, I've done so many different things, from being a heavy metal singer. I was a disc jockey in several radio stations, including the great WAPJ in Torrington. But WCCC was the biggest station I've worked at. And then I worked on a documentary, which led to stand-up comedy, which led to motivational speaking, which led to writing a book, is when I met you, because I was on this show promoting my first book. And that led to me taking over a radio show that I started doing voice acting. But the best part is what you just said has gotten me things, open doors that I never even knew existed. I do a show called The Claw's Corner, which can be found on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, and a cable station in Waterbury. Not as good as this one, but still, it's okay. Nowhere near as good as this one.
Checks in the mail, Rich.
Thank you very much. I don't get applause, but I get a check. That's all.
Smart guy.
So, and I interviewed different people on the show, and I interviewed an actor, and he goes, "Oh my God, I love your energy. It's infectious. We need to write a part for you," because he and his family formed their own production company called Wonder Wheel Productions. I said, "All right, well, they're like, we already wrote a part for you. I mean, we already have the movie finished, but we'll do the next one. No problem." The next morning, they're like, "We stayed up all night. We have a part for you. Can you make it down to the Catskills on Saturday?" I said, "Let me call work." "Yeah, I'll be there." Priorities, people, priorities.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, from things like that, just being me has opened up so many doors to things like that. Now I'm acting in movies, and then actually something like this, I was being interviewed by Joseph Timothy Quirk, which I'm sure people know through the Torrington area. I said, "I have somebody that would love to be in the show. Why don't you do it?" I said, "All right." The one thing I've always learned is never say no, because even if something doesn't work out, that opens up a door to something I never even knew existed. So sometimes it's like, oh boy, this really was not the best thing I've ever done. But then I'm like, oh wait, what's that behind there? And that's opened up more doors for me. So I'm just this weekend, because we're today's what, Tuesday? Friday, as I mentioned, I used to be a heavy metal singer. This band that played 40 years to the day, they formed in 1986. Somebody in the Iron Curtain found their demo, said, "I love them, I want to sign them." So they got signed. They're like, "We can't think of anybody else better to host the event than you, Rich." I'm like, "All right." So I hosted that. Yesterday, somebody who saw me do stand-up comedy years ago said, "You'd be a great inspiration to my students at Abilities Beyond." So I go there every so often. I did a motivational talk at Abilities Beyond. Today I'm here promoting my new book, Screams in the Night. Ah! If you go on my Facebook page, you'll see the lovely Nicole, what her review is of that book.
Well, you notice how Nicole, she's taking that backstage footage and everything back there. She's trying to up her game a little bit, if you notice that.
Oh, I did notice that. I didn't want to say anything, but now that you brought it up.
In fact, I heard there's a rumor out there that the only reason why she joined Culture for a Cause is because she thought that we could develop her comedic talents. I just heard that. I don't know if it's true or not, but she's taken full advantage of it, and I think she got that from the Rich Sears School of How to Suck Up.
It worked. I taught her well. She and I have known each other for years, and she learned a lot over the last couple of years. And since nobody else is paying attention, it's just you and I talking, everything you said is true.
Well, it's kind of, I mean, when you guys are working at the bank together, it was almost like an adventure going banking. It's like, You're not gonna get to hang out and hear Rich tell corny jokes and
Hey!
how once Nicole gets on a roll, it's no telling where the train will go.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was. I guess if you could create a slogan for fun banking, that would have been like,
America's most fun bank.
Yeah,
That's
fun bank. Make those deposits with a smile on your face, But that's great, and it's. I think one of those elements that you're so very keenly aware of when it comes to having a presence, building an arts community, while simultaneously upping your own game. And that's what it's all about, because at the end of the day, we want to support each other so that we all can help each other become the best that we can be.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that 1,000%. And we were speaking about this off the air, and I agree with you that there's so much local talent that people don't even know. And I love the fact that shows like you, and then what I'm doing is trying to elevate that and let people know that there is a lot of talent in this area. And there's so many people that have not been heard yet, but they should be heard.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that like so many people I've met throughout the last couple of years have been, as you mentioned, so supportive. Like, oh, you know what? Do you want to? I'm doing this show. Do you want to host this? And then like I'll say, you know what? I'm putting a show together. Do you want to play at this event? So everybody seems to help each other out. Maybe every once in a while you get some competition from some people. For the most part, everybody's very supportive of each other. Everybody's very happy for other people's success, and it's just like one big happy, talented community.
Well, that's the way it should be, and that's how you thrive. But before we're going to bring Nicole on set here for a little bit. But before we do, we want to share with you, especially in light of this year annually with the birthday of John Brown, we celebrate everything that he stood for equality and respect and human rights. And Coreyce, my co-host, has a membership in the Declaration of Human Rights. And we have partnered with her, and we have come up with the proclamation for the Declaration of Human Rights, which we celebrate all of our inalienable and unalienable rights to live in a free country, free of tyranny and free of oppression. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we want to present to you Coreyce Villarreal in Culture for a Cause.
Yeah!
Proclamation of the Declaration of Human Rights.
Thank you, Coreyce.
In the spirit of unity, equality, and dignity for all, let it be known that Culture for a Cause stands as a beacon of hope and harmony, guided by the principles enshrined in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Our mission is simple: to build community through the transformative power of music and the arts. We believe the arts have a unique ability to transcend racial and economic divides, weaving threads of connection that binds us together as one human family. As stated in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, everyone has the right to freely participate in the cultural life of the community, to enjoy the arts, and to share in scientific advancements and its benefits. Culture for a Cause wholeheartedly embraces this principle, recognizing the profound impact of art in touching the hearts and souls of individuals, conveying powerful messages that resonates across boundaries. Through our commitment to creating and supporting community arts projects, we strive to foster a sense of belonging and togetherness among people from all walks of life. These projects serve as catalysts for dialogue, understanding, and collaboration, celebrating the rich tapestry of diverse cultures that make up our society. Furthermore, we dedicate ourselves to raising funds for community, social, safety nets through events that center around these arts projects. By combining the transformative power of the arts with a passion for social justice, we aim to not only inspire creativity and connection, but also to support those in need within our community. Be it further proclaimed that we call upon individuals, organizations, and communities to join us in this mission, to celebrate the transformative power of the arts and to work together to create a world where creativity and compassion flourish, and where every person's human rights are recognized and respected. In witness whereof, this proclamation is made to honor and affirm our collective commitment to these ideals. We thank you for your continued support.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen.
With Nicole.
The set is crazy tonight.
Out of control.
Rich Sear bringing the heat.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually, it was Nicole Maccalous who bought him the heat.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Nicole Maccalous.
Maccalous. I always say her name wrong.
It's all right.
She doesn't take it personally.
She's still Maury to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
She'll always be a Maury.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
That's a lot easier to say.
Exactly.
But the reason why I say Maccalous
Yep.
is because every time I think of Nicole, I think of mucho.
Hey, I like that.
You know?
I'm super cool.
Yeah.
She's like a little Fonzie.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey,
The coolest.
I'm the Maccalous.
But now I have to start thinking of Big Macs.
Yeah.
So it's Maccalous.
Daddy.
I have to do all these weird things now to remember things as I get older. You know, it's weird. I mean, I'm not used to it. But I do remember I attended a memory seminar. Jerry Lucas, if you're familiar with him back in the day, he had all these little techniques that you could do to. But I'm like, by the time you put the techniques together, you forget what the heck you were getting the techniques for. So
No, I agree with you. And I have certain things I think of just like you to remind me of like, all right, this is what how the word is pronounced.
right.
But for me, my last name is spelled C-Y-R. I've never
Right.
had so many problems with people trying to pronounce. I had sire, sir,
Yeah.
cry. One time I got somebody, I don't know where they got this from. Is Mr. Siriano there? What the hell are you talking about?
Like they just added whatever they
I know.
felt like.
They're just like, now you're just making things up. You know what I mean? You're not even trying.
I imagine you probably got Kyer,
Oh my God, yep.
Kier.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
But the English language is weird, though,
No, you're right.
because you know you got all these substitutes and exceptions, and E's become before A's,
Yep.
but only when H's are before P's.
Like,
I'm
in silent letters.
yeah,
And, yeah.
I'm like, what is the? Why do you have a silent letter? That's just a waste of alphabet.
Exactly.
Wednesday.
I know. It took me. I think I was in 8th grade when I finally learned how to spell Wednesday.
You know what? And I just found out right now when you said it. So
W-E-D,
I
period.
got to make some more edits to this book. Damn it. Got to change that one.
Well, but talk to us, Rich, about the process of, because all those that might be checking out the show, if you ever thought about writing a book, go over the process for us.
All right. So for me, for this one, because I'm self-published, so I have a friend who has his own little production company called Rayor Productions. Thank you, Ryan Abbott, if you're watching. But he publishes books, his own books, my books, and some of his friends. So what I do is I come up with the story, and then I go over it a couple times, and according to Nicole, I have to go over it a couple more times because there's some mistakes we found here that's being corrected
I
right
offered
now.
to copyright next time.
Yeah, but anyway, so I go over it, let it sit for a little while, then go back, read through it again, and for me, I like to write longhand first. I don't like to do the type of the computer. To me, it's just I like doing it in longhand, and then after like the 4th or 5th time of going through it, I'll send it to my friend, and like for this one, this cover, I just told him like if when you read the story, it basically has every aspect of the story in here in this cover. So I gave him my vision. I said, do what you can, make it as good as you can. And then he came back. I'm like, oh, it's almost like, reminds me of like a horror movie.
It's nice.
I thought it might be a little scary. Add to the sequences of your book.
Yes, exactly. So thank you. It goes perfect with this. But so for me, it's just a labor of love. And this one came from, I have a friend that he publishes his own books that's called Connecticut True Ghost Stories. So he had me write a story of something that happened to me years ago, which I was on the show last time talking about. And that was in volume 1. Then he goes, do you have another story for volume 2, which is coming out in July? I said, as a matter of fact, I do. Came out with that one. And then that sort of prompted me, like, you know what, I haven't written a story in a while. And then all these ideas just started coming to me. because for me, I don't know about you, but whenever I try to think of something, like especially when I was doing stand-up comedy, nothing will come out. I have brain
Right.
freeze. But when I don't think, which is not too hard for me to do, but I just like let everything, just let it flow. That's when I'll start writing and writing and writing, and then all these things happen. And that's what happened with this story. I took a real event and just expanded on that and turned like 3 paragraphs into 48 pages.
Wasn't there a movie, The Man with a Red Shoe?
I think it was Pretty Woman.
Or The Man with One Red Shoe?
It's,
Was it Tom Hanks, maybe?
was it?
I don't know.
I think it was Norman Bates. That's what I'm thinking.
If you're wondering why on Facebook Live, why I have my feet up like this, which I normally never do. I mean, it's not normally, I never do it. We are promoting an event that's going to be taking place in Torrington, the 9th annual Walk a Mile in Her Shoes by the Susan B. Anthony Project. Susan B. Anthony is a organization that helps people that are in abusive situations. And this event raises money for their organization so that they can render services to the residents of the Northwest Corner who are in need of those types of services. So we believe very strongly because, you know, we're not perfect, you know, and, you know, sometimes we need help. And we have those organizations that are out there that are working really hard and diligently to give you that help. So,
Do you have the info on where to, the walking?
I do. You know, it's on my phone,
Oh, okay.
but my phone is doing
Okay.
Facebook
Yeah, I
Live
didn't
right
get that.
Well,
But I can tell about the other two.
Well, before you get into that, I do want to say, you know, I commend you for this, and I love the fact that places exist like Susan B. Anthony. But there's only one question I have for you. Is
Yes.
like, and I love the fact that I said you're doing that, but when I saw you in Staples 6 months ago wearing those, there was no event going on. I'm just curious.
So what was going on that day?
Oh,
What event was going on that day?
it's time for me to exit stage left now that I've been so thoroughly exposed. Rich, you just broke my heart, brother.
I'm sorry.
You know, well, it was a nice show, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you back next week.
I guess this will be my last appearance.
Can I say about the other events?
Yes, please do.
So, Saturday, May 16th, 9 to noon, 789 Winstead Road, Torrington. The Friendly Hands Food Bank needs help doing a cleanup. They're open Saturday, but we need help to clean up our lot. Can you grab your rakes and join us? Free lunch will be provided. So if you're hungry, get your rake and go there, help a little, and have a snack.
Even if you're not hungry, go on down and just help clean up.
Yeah, just do it.
And after you're done with that, you can come back to my place and help clean my place up.
Yeah.
This is a fun show, isn't
And
it?
You don't
then,
go to Rich's house, it'll be too scary.
and then
It'll
this
scare you away.
one's a little ahead. It's Friday, June 12th. It's a trivia night to support the Beardsley Memorial Library, which is in Winstead. It's going to be at the Little Red Barn Brewers, and you can buy your tickets online. It's $40 for a couple, $25 for an individual, and then they also have a $20 buffet if you want to buy that additionally. And we put it on our website where you can click to buy tickets.
Oh, that was awfully nice of you.
Thank you. And we have the save the date for the May 18th for the Friendly Hands Food Bank 4th annual golf tournament.
Yes, it's the
I
golf
gotta try
tournament
on
Monday, May 18th at the Torrington Country Club. 4th annual Friendly Hands Food Golf Tournament to raise funds for Friendly Hands to make sure that they can continue in their mission to feed the hungry.
That's probably shared on our page, probably by Carice too.
I would imagine that
Or you can-
that it is
Call Karen for info.
for sure, for sure.
That's all I got to say.
That's it.
That's it?
So, yeah.
Wow. You say?
Okay.
Usually have a lot more to say than that. Come on.
Right.
I think we're going to be getting ready for our next guest,
No,
but I don't know if they've arrived yet.
take your time.
Are they here? Can you check for us, Dan?
Yeah, Dan, lock that door.
Never can say goodbye.
No. Never can.
They're here? Okay. So, but we're going to have you back
All right, please.
because you're the cat's meow, bro.
I appreciate that, and I love being on the show once again. One thing I do want to add before we go, though, go to Amazon.com under Rich Sayre Screams in the Night.
It comes right up when you punch it in.
Comes right up. First thing you're going to see.
There's another Screams in the Night book.
No, but this
is not the book you want.
This is the first one you see is this one, and it's only $4.60. I'm like Crazy Eddie. Our prices are so low. I'm practically giving it away.
Hello.
So, and also the Kindle Unlimited, it's free. And if you go with Kindle, most people read online now. It's 99 cents. Not a bad deal at all. It's a good story. Look at pictures on my Facebook, Rich Sayre, Richcyr. Nicole's.
I put that on my Amazon review.
Actually, yeah. You know what? Check out my Amazon review of Nicole's review of the book. You will see how much she enjoyed it. But thank you very much, Jacque. Thank you very much for Nicole for having me on. I definitely look forward to coming back.
Yeah, and sure.
Every once in a while, I'd like to have you on my show, too.
Oh, no problem.
I've never been invited.
We're going to be preparing for our next guest. However, in the meantime, we're going to take a little time to focus on a little project that Culture for a Cause did in honor of not only John Brown's birthday, but also for the Juneteenth celebration. Part of our artist development initiative Culture for a Cause has, we incorporate different artists in the community in our music videos to highlight their talents. And we want to take this opportunity at this time to share with you our work entitled We Gon' Sing. Hit it, Dan.
They gon' sing.
Glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory. Life is hard, kid, and it can be trite. The greatest respect in music is to bring it to life. Humming the line, the melody is strong. Cause those who wish to sing will always find a song. The touch of lovers know it. Everyone becomes a poet when you feel it in your heart. That's when your feelings start to own it. It lifts your soul when your face show it. That's when you love it. Emotions and the tears run when you going through it. Loyalty is given, respect is everything. And those who fly solo will have the strongest wings. Music produce kings and queens. Hear the strings, let every voice ring. Cause we gon' sing.
We gon' sing and give them some hook. It's that rebel music that got them all shook. Instead of guns, I hope your son picks up a book. God gon' give us what the devil done took. Sing like them caged birds that can't make bail. We need more Maya Angelos and less jails. I ain't around, so his son ain't got no positive man. Role model, so it's the bottle and drug sales.
Truth gon' reign. Yeah, that's the message. God bless it. It represents every benefit of belief and togetherness that we gon' sing. Yeah. We gon' sing. Glory sing. Glory sing. We gon' sing. Glory sing. Glory sing. Glory sing.
We gon' sing to the moment of truth. We can't go back in time, so we went in the booth.
Yeah, we gon' sing cause the world's so cool. Malcolm ain't have much but a dream to hold. Juneteenth is why we celebrate, why we overcome the tyranny of hate. From slavery to Jim Crow, for civil rights and the right to vote. We be done, be free, since we got off the boat. Give me the music, give me the song, and I'll right these wrongs till the day I'm done questioning why it took so long for my people to get the word they were free to go home.
We gon' sing.
We gon' sing in the morning. We gon' sing at night. We sing for the fallen and slain who made the sacrifice. We gon' sing in the field. We gon' sing in the streets. We gon' sing in the churchyard. To everyone we need to keep on singing. Lord, gon' sing. Lord, gon' sing. Hallelujah. Lord, gon' sing. Lord, gon' sing. Glory, hallelujah. Lord, gon' sing. 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 Glory, hallelujah.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning into the second half of CTViews, coming at you right here from your local access Altice Channel 5. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors for their support. We want to give a big, huge shout out to Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. You better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-ins. The Northwest Connecticut Regional Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And last but certainly not least, Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. And ladies and gentlemen, there comes those times on this show where we just have to carve out a special space for special people doing special things. And at this particular time, I can't imagine what could be more special than having two of this area's finest artists with us here this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, Catherine Kelly, Cindy Lavin, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Thank you, Jacque.
Thank
and
you.
You're definitely one of those special people, too.
Well, I mean, you know, if this is not the time for artists, where there'll be a time for artists? It's so vitally important, I feel, for us to come together and coalesce around the values that make us who we are. And the work that you guys are doing so eloquently edify those values that we're so associated with. Maybe we've lost some of that here recently, but this latest work ties all that in so beautifully, and I definitely want you to take the time to talk to our audience about the production that's coming up at 5 Points Art Center next month.
We have many things coming up at 5 Points. Just a little bit of an aside to what you were saying before, there are many collectives forming nationally,
Yep.
and I'm happy to see that because artists of all walks are coming together just to support each other.
Yep.
And that's something a little bit new.
Absolutely.
And we need to do that. We need to support each other and really be there for each other.
Absolutely. How can we expect the community to support us if we're not supporting
Yeah.
each other, you know?
True.
We have to show that genuine aspect of who we are and what we're all about so that we can bring people in. And one thing that I know that has been an issue, especially in our region, are our attendances. And I think we need to really work hard at aggressively promoting what we're doing so that we can draw people in. And we can actually have people experience, you know, great art, I believe, can change your life.
Absolutely.
And if we can touch people with what we do, then I think we're going to be successful in these endeavors. But please talk to us about A Good Night's Kiss, because unfortunately I couldn't make it last year at the performance. but I'm like chopping down cheese to get to this one.
We'll hold you to that.
Yeah. I know. I'm Cindy. I know you will. I know.
Where is
she don't
he?
play.
No, yeah.
Can't start the show. Jacques not in the house yet. Hold the curtain.
But please, amongst your many other endeavors, talk to us about that.
Well, it's been a year.
Yeah.
We were lucky enough and blessed to go to the Connecticut State House, or State Capitol, and perform there on April 1st.
Yeah.
That was a biggie because,
Yeah.
as Cindy noted, we were the first ever to do that. And we hope it's going to open the doors for other artists.
That's
to
big
also
stuff.
to perform there. It's a gorgeous Capitol. My
Oh,
God.
it is. It is.
Just gorgeous, and the cast had a great time there. It was fun to kind of throw the show back together because it had almost been a year, and now in June it will be a year since we first performed it. So we will be out at 5 Points at the university.
The Arts Center.
Yeah, the Arts Center.
Shout out to Judy McElhone and
You
the crew
bet.
out there for sure.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Absolutely.
They've
Yeah.
been tremendously
Oh.
supportive of our work, and they're tremendously supportive of all the artists in the area. We've seen nothing but good things there.
Yeah.
They're really making an impact, and they're growing by leaps and bounds.
Absolutely.
It's going to be the place to be. It already is the place to
So
be.
the only thing they didn't have was performing arts.
Right.
So we said, hey. And Judy was wonderful about saying, okay, show me what you got, and come on in.
Yeah.
So actually, I think one of her mantras is, how can we help?
Yeah.
Which should be all of our first phrases. And that'll be on June 13th and 14th. We have an evening show on the 13th, which is at 7 p.m. And then on the 14th at 2 p.m. is a matinee. So we're looking forward to that.
I think the matinee is what I probably ended up attending.
Wait, you better be there, sir.
And you better hurry because tickets are selling
Yeah.
fast. We're on a roll. It's a really great thing. You can find the tickets either by typing in A Good Night Kiss 5 Points. You can type in Cincy Lavin A Good Night Kiss. You can type in Good Night Kiss 5 Points. Whatever.
Yeah.
You'll get there. It's the tickets are available through Eventbrite, and I should mention they're only available through Eventbrite. So if you don't
Right.
purchase them on Eventbrite, you can't come in.
Okay.
But we're keeping them affordable. They're going to be $15 each. So we want to encourage the community to come. We want families to come. It's a show. It's not for little children, but age 13 and above. And it's really rooted in not only American history having to do with the Civil War, but the history of Connecticut. And it's really, we have so much history here, just tremendous amounts. I think,
It's the Constitution State.
It is.
I know. Well, duh. Yeah, we got that. But it is amazing, though. Everywhere you look, and everyone is supportive of that. And there's a historian in every town, many historians. And there were so many people who said that they couldn't get tickets because we sold out,
Yeah.
the 3 performances
Yeah.
that we did. So this is your chance. This is your chance.
Now, what I would like you guys to elaborate on is the unique working relationship that you two have. Because I think that's part of the synergy that brings these endeavors to life. The actual infrastructure of how these projects are put together. Talk a little bit about that and how important that is in the final outcome of your work.
Cincy is a saint when it comes to dealing with everything that happens when you're putting the show together, but she's very different in that, I used to have a saying that the only good playwright was a dead playwright. Sorry.
Dan, you might want to put those playwright plans on the shelf.
So, because it was just difficult. I've worked with several, and it was very difficult in terms of getting rid of things that don't work. If I can't make it work, the actors can't make it work, it doesn't work. And just keeping it in is kind of self-centered. But Cincy is, if it doesn't work, okay, let's work it. If it still doesn't work, let's get rid of it.
Right.
Or put it somewhere else where it does work.
But what mechanism is it that you depend on to actually be objective enough to see what works and what doesn't work? How do you get past, because some of that is based on professional experience, but some of that is based on personal observations. How do you get past that without taking it personally?
That's the thing. I think it comes down to trust and respect. I know that Kathy does what she does amazingly well. So I don't have any reservations about handing her a script because I've seen the magic that she pulls out of the actors up there. She brings things out of them that are just phenomenal. She's not one of those directors that everybody just gets up there and says their lines facing each other and walking around. There's a real art and a craft to what she does, which is really what directing in theater is supposed to be about. It's not just people, blah, 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 reading their lines. So she brings out the best in them between her own expertise and her training and her years as a theater educator. She's able to do amazing things with the actors, and so I trust her judgment. I know she's not going to do anything that I'm going to say, what?
Well, that's wrong.
Oh, not quite what I was thinking when I wrote that.
Could we have a chat?
I'm not going to say I'm never the what was I thinking when I handed this woman my script.
Well, we know they can do that. So yeah, great.
So I know she's going to do amazing things. In fact, she does much better things than I imagined. So that's why I feel very safe giving her my work.
It gives me problems to solve, which is always very interesting.
I try not to make problems, but sometimes.
I got to the end of A Goodnight Kiss and I went, oh, wow. It looked like it's kind of like a scrum where everybody was together and coming. How do you make it work? So we did make it work, but it's always it's a process, but she gives me problems. So I don't know, it's your problem, She doesn't do that, but...
Well, she has two actors on stage for 2 hours, just talking back and forth to each other. And it's like, hey, you're the director, your problem. You figure out how to make people not fall asleep.
That is my problem, yeah, it is.
But she did a phenomenal job of it.
Let's talk a little bit, though, about the actual plot that takes, because I think that's just as fascinating a factor of this whole thing as anything else, because
it's real.
Because it's real. Yeah. Not only is it real because it's real, but the people and how they're interacting and what's taking place is real. And almost culturally defining,
yes,
in a sense. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, we talked to the actors about where everybody lived, and the actors actually took, time to do that, to go visit various places, and also the graveyard, where there is a huge Lucas monument, and you walk there and you stand there, and it's absolutely, it's chilling because they're real. They're real. And when you hear the words spoken that were in the letters, and again, letters crossed, they collided, they didn't arrive, they arrived 6 at a time, 20 at a time, whatever. So when they speak on stage, they're not necessarily reacting to the letters that they've received. So she's talking about, doing dishes and being tired, and he's talking about being on top of a big gun. And it's just this, or he's tired and he wants to come home, and she's, you want a piece of my pie? It's just, how do we keep that up? And luckily I have good enough actors that they can keep it up. But it's all about listening.
For those who don't know, just really quick, we probably put this in some context. It's letters that are written between a young man who's gone off to fight in the Civil War from the town of Goshen, and he's writing to a young woman from Goshen who's a very distant cousin of his, and she is studying to be a teacher at a school in New Britain. And so they knew of each other but didn't really actually get to know each other until they began exchanging these letters during the Civil War over a period of years. So that's the context, and we have a picture of the two of them. We can show you there. That's the I'll hold it up here so you can do a close-up or something. But this is the couple, Fred Lucas and Jenny Wadhams, and
those are their real pictures.
These are their real pictures. They are real people, and it's really a story of how these two people began to know each other. The letters were found in an old attic in the town of Goshen. Actually, in one house, they found one set of letters, and in another house, they found the other set of letters. Unbelievable coincidence that would happen. And the letters are housed at the Connecticut Museum of History and Culture. My script is also housed there, as well as in the Library of Congress, because And not because my writing was so phenomenal or anything, but because we're dealing with the history, and it's holding, it's a record of that history.
Yeah.
You learn about the people of the time. You learn about things that were going on.
Yeah.
One of the things that was very shocking to read about in those letters was that there were people, and this was after slavery was abolished, that were being, in Connecticut, that were being sold.
Yeah.
Somebody took them to bring them into to be conscripted to be in the army, and instead
Basically
sold
tricking
them.
people
Yeah.
too, tricking
Yeah.
people.
And horrifying.
Yeah.
We didn't know about it.
And being able to sell off,
Yeah.
being drafted basically, so you could sell off, you could send somebody in your place.
That was another thing we didn't realize. Rich people could hire somebody to fight for them, and they would pay a $300 conscription fee, which is
That's
roughly,
a lot of money.
roughly about $10,000 in today's money. And you just pay somebody, and they would get immigrants, they would get people who didn't speak English, they would sort of defraud these people and get them to fight for them.
So our plot, thanks to our playwright, is that it's not just the two people exchanging letters. There are 5 other people in the cast, and one of them is Jenny's father.
Right.
And Jenny's father is someone to be reckoned with.
Right.
He doesn't want her marrying off to anyone. That's
Right.
why he's for a father then to be so in support of his daughter, to be educated so that she doesn't have to marry the first guy that comes along. He was really very adamant about what he wanted for his daughter, and that was very different for the time. And the rest of the characters are kind of fun too.
Well, anyone that's watching the show, I know that you probably feel the urge, the compelling, overwhelming urge to really check this out, because I think we're living in a time too where people are becoming more interested in our history, especially now that we're seeing these reiterations of history play out in different ways. This could be a way to really lift your level of awareness on how our democracy has overcome extreme challenges to continue to form a more perfect union. And this artistic endeavor is something that I know you guys have to, when you have coffee or tea, when you're reminiscing, has to give you just a great deal of pride.
Oh, yeah. Well, as I've said before, one of the things that I really love about this is that it highlights what is truly great about America. People who really care about others, people who have integrity, people who are interested in their community and helping others and sacrificing for others. That's really, really, really what it's all about. And I think that's where the pride of America is in this story.
As we celebrate 250 years, we're still the new kids on the block.
We sure are.
And we have a lot to learn. But at least we have these examples that we can partake in that can help us to learn from these historical benchmarks in our time and come to a higher level of understanding. As we get ready to close the show, you guys have a few other things that you're doing that I'm sure that you would like to share with our audience at this time.
We do. And just a little aside, how it's sometimes surreal to me, I don't know about you, but that 2 years ago, this was just an idea.
I remember we talked about that.
Yeah. So again, there are many stories out there still to be told. Yeah, that have been waiting.
And the next one is Benedict Arnold's story.
Yeah.
That's going to be coming up. We're doing a teaser at 5 Points Arts Center in Torrington on July 18th and 19th. They're doing Big Ink there, but if you get a chance to swing into the auditorium, that's where we're going to be doing it. So a teaser for the Benedict Arnold musical, and then it will be premiering in probably late September, and it's called True Traitor, the story of Benedict Arnold. And just because we know people want more stuff to go see that we've done, in October we're going to be doing a puppetry drama, and that's called The Lantern. It's about the history of the jack-o'-lantern.
Ooh, now that sounds pretty cool.
It's
gonna be
pretty
very fun.
cool, and it's going to have a life-sized Irish wolfhound. So that'll be cool too.
Now, how did you acquire that?
Oh, we're going to be building it.
A puppet.
Yeah.
Oh!
Giant life-size Irish wolfhound.
And many other characters. with many other problems.
Yes, I created a whole new set of problems for her now using puppets.
How do I make it disappear? I don't know.
See, now, this is the amazing aspect of artistry that just blows my mind. Because when you talk to different artists and what their projects are and what they're doing, sometimes they hit you over the head with things that you just can't even imagine. But it just shows our capacity and what we can do once we get in that space where we're letting the universe talk to us and work through us. You know, I get a real kick out of that, and which is why when I'm working on music projects, I like to kind of stay in that lane because I love to see what other people are doing in their disciplines, you know, and it gives me a sense of inspiration because you can grow from other people's art.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sure.
You know? And I think if we kind of, you know, all lock into that almost cathartic therapeutic process, I can't say that, you know, I do think that there can be a connection between arts and mental health.
Oh, for sure, yes.
And
yes.
I do think that that is the next kind of, you know, revolutionary impact that the arts can make in our society.
I think especially music. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I can't tell you how thrilling it was to have you guys here today and the work that you're doing, and how we hope that we can kind of keep this going, because as we build our audience, we want to bring to them the very best of what the region has to offer.
Well, we love visiting with you, Jacque.
Yeah,
You're always
absolutely.
a good time.
Well, I don't know about that. That might be questionable lately.
Well, the heels have said it all, right? I mean,
Yeah.
the heels, the red heels are everything.
Well, just to remind everyone,
The Argyles are
I
perfect.
was sharing with Catherine and Lindsay earlier that I feel like Mick Jagger when he was singing that song "Beast of Burden," when he's like, "My feet are hurting. All I want is to take these shoes off my feet." Yeah.
And that's what we think when
That's
we
what
wear
we
them.
think, right?
I got so much more appreciation for Ginger Rogers, girl. She did what Fred Astaire did in these two. Oh my
And going
Backwards.
And
backwards.
going backwards.
Backwards.
Yeah. So let us take this time to give the shout-outs, T-Town shout-outs, going to Don's Getaway, Christie's Restaurant, Health Insurance Services, Wall in Fraunhofer, Soul Latina Cafe, Jimmy's Store, 5 Points Arts Center, George's Music. And last but not least, we want to thank our sponsors for their generosity and support. Mel Brickman and Health Markets, located at 16 McDermott Ave, Suite number 1 in Torrington, Connecticut. You better call Mel. He can be reached at 860-307-1128 or at healthmarkets.com/local-health-INS. The Northwest Connecticut Region Chamber of Commerce, located at 59 Field Street, Suite 120 in Torrington, Connecticut. The Chamber is the place to be. They can be reached at 860-482-6586. And Dr. Michael Curry, located at 30 Peck Road, Suite 2105 in Torrington, Connecticut. Pediatric care for over 50 years. He can be reached at 860-482-8177 or at torringtonpediatrics.com. Ladies, thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
Thank you.
And we thank all of you for tuning into the show. Doug is rushing me to get out of here, so we're going to call ciao for now. But join us back next week right here. Same bat time, same bat channel for the very, very best in our region on CTViews. Have a great evening. CTViews.